Hey Dabbers, and welcome back to another Dab 2000 video and another DCEU ranking. Whew, there's been a lot of these so far, and it's longer than I expected. But today I'm ranking all the villains because if I did the heroes, then I gotta do the villains. So I'm doing the villains.
Ranking for the DCEU?
Maybe. I could do final battles if you guys want me to, but I don't think I will. So, if you see the last two videos now from the movies ranking and the heroes, you probably know what to expect from this ranking. I have not seen every DCEU movie, so this list is only the villains I have from the movies I've seen. So, with that said, let's get started. Coming in at number 15, I have for Yada Low. If you don't know who that is, it's the girl villain from Man of Steel. It's like a henchman to Zod, so not that impactful. It's kind of a side character just for like action sequences, and that's about it. Coming out at number 14, I have Nam-Eek, which is the big guy from Man of Steel. And it's the,
Isn't he in Flash?
Yes, he's in Flash. He's the one that killed Michael Keaton's Batman once, you know? It's that guy. So, I put him above the last one is because, of course, he gets a way bigger role in Flash. So, we get to see, Michael Keaton's Batman fight against this, guy, so it's kind of cool to see that action sequences. Other than that, bland villain just for action sequences. Coming in at number 13, now it's actually characters that are main villains in the movie. I honestly think all these villains are bad until we get to the top three. I feel like the top three are actually really solid villains. The rest of the villains from 15 to 4, I mean, they're all villains. I had to place them somewhere, but, honestly, all these villains, all from 4 to 15, they all got problems. So, coming out at number 13, I got La Duma, which is the girl villain from Blue Beetle. Just a standard, company villain. It's like a girl from the company, and she wants to take Blue Beetle's scarab from him, because she says she wants it and everything. So, just a standard villain like Yellow Jacket and Obadiah Stane from Marvel. Just a generic villain. Alright, coming in at number 12, I have Elena. It is the villain girl from Wonder Woman. Now, I mean, she's there. That's about it. She just, is there to stir some stuff stir some stews, just to stir controversy between our characters, and that's about it. 11, we have Lex Luthor. Now I really wish Lex Luthor was number 1 on this list, but they really did fumble the ball on this one.
I like the football reference.
I knew Junior would like that football reference, but honestly, they totally missed with Lex Luthor in this movie. He has hair.
That's mainly.
Why? He feeds people Jolly Ranchers.
Is he actually?
Yes, in the movie. He's like, here, take a Jolly Rancher, and sticks it in his mouth.
Does he say it's a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah. Or he unwraps a Jolly Rancher. He's like, bloop.
You chose that?
He eats Jolly Ranchers. He's not a good villain. He's weird. He's the Riddler.
He is?
I mean, he acts like the Riddler. If he was cast as the Riddler, then I'd be fine. That's what Riddler is. Annoying and cuckoo. But Lex Luthor is not that. Lex Luthor is smart and can outsmart Superman. He's just a weirdo. So, they totally missed of what Lex Luthor, why Lex Luthor is that popular is because of his smartness, not because he's a psychopath like the Riddler. So, total miss. 10, I have Cheetah. Now, we're in the top 10, which is very weird because Cheetah is in the top 10 villains of DCEU. You never say that because she's not really a villain. At the start of this movie, she's not a villain. She becomes a villain when she starts doing more wishes and everything in this movie. But, like, it's just weird. She becomes more powerful and everything, but she doesn't become Cheetah until, like, the last, like, 15 minutes of the movie. So she's barely Cheetah. She's barely a villain. She has, like, 2 fight scenes, and they should have been in the Cheetah form. No. One's in her normal outfit, okay, and then Cheetah, she turns Cheetah in, like, the last 15 movies.
Cheetah.
A Lego figure of Cheetah.
You sniped me.
Alright, so, I just thought this was a waste of a character, because Cheetah is actually one of Wonder Woman's bigger villains, and they messed it up. Coming in at number 8, I have Maxwell Lord, and this is basically Pedro Pascal. And Junior doesn't know who Pedro Pascal is, but he will know because he's the Mandalorian.
Oh.
Din Djarin.
DCEU.
Yes. I did not know that until I started watching the film.
As who?
Maxwell Lord?
Who's that?
I don't know. He's like a businessman, and then he gets wishes and becomes like the most OP character. Because he can grant any wish and be like the powerfulest person. Honestly,
The bad guy from Wish.
no. Honestly, I just think the wish idea was so weird, like bad in Wonder Woman 2. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Wonder Woman 2. He's not a great villain in this movie. He's just weird. He's got some like redemption at the end of it, but he's mostly a villain for the movie, and it's just a bland villain. I don't know. All right, coming in at number 8. We have Carapax, which was the main villain in Blue Beetle, which is basically the red suit guy, you know. I think his suit's cool. The action sequences between Blue Beetle and him are cool. They designed a villain to be the exact same person, like the exact same powers as Blue Beetle. So the action sequences are cool. He's kind of just a henchman, though. Honestly, he gets a little backstory towards the end, but it's mostly in flashbacks, and you don't really know what is happening, really. And he's not really, like, the most best villain, and he's definitely not the greatest villain of all time. He's just there to have some cool fight scenes between Blue Beetle, and, yeah, that's really about it. Number 7, I have Ares, which is the villain in Wonder Woman at the end of it. Twist villain at the end of it, actually. So, I do think his action sequence is cool. He's got the cool, like, metal armor all on him in the final battle. And the fight is cool. It's unnecessary in the movie. But, like, honestly, I don't know. It's just a twist villain. It shows up at the end. And you don't really get that much, like, why is this person... Well, you do get why is this person doing it. But, like, sometimes it just gets out of nowhere. Alright, at number 6, I have Doomsday, which is in Batman v Superman. Honestly, huge monster. So, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman can team up together to defeat this end boss fight in this video game.
Video game?
No, I'm kidding. But it is like the final boss level of a video game, basically. So you can... Just so you can have a final fight, and that's about it. That's what Doomsday was for. He could have been a way better, but, like, he's just a big monster. At number 5, I have Dark Flash. Same thing I basically said with Ares. He shows up a little bit here and there in The Flash, and then he shows himself at the very end of the movie, and it's basically another version of Barry Allen. That was evil. So, honestly, I just don't think it worked. I feel like you needed Dark Flash to show up a lot more in the movie so you could build up, like, oh crap, they gotta fight this guy. No, he's just, like, shows up, you're like, wait, who is that? And then, like, you see him again, I'm like, wait, what is he gonna do? He barely does anything until the very last bit. And they have, like, a little fight, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that did not work at all in the movie, and it's so weird that that he's all the way up here at number 5. Only because I think his outfit's cool. That's why I said, like, all these villains are so flawed. And all of them are just, like, here. Like, I guess I like this one a little better, you know? Like,
wait, can I say number 4 for you?
okay.
Steppenwolf?
Yes, at number 4 is Steppenwolf. So, basically, this is the main villain of Justice League, and I don't think he's as good as Darkseid. Darkseid is a menace in comics and everything. But, I mean, Steppenwolf, just a lower down version of Darkseid, not as powerful. He's he doesn't really have a motivation just to, like, serve Darkseid, and that's about it. And, you know, he's not that, menacing in the whole movie, I don't think. And his armor is kind of cool, I guess, not in Justice League. He looks way better in the Zack Snyder Justice League, with all the spikes and everything, you know?
Yeah,
You've seen that picture, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen the movie, but we've seen the trailer with, like, he has way better armor in Zack Snyder's with all the spikes on him and everything. He looks way better in Zack Snyder's than Justice League. So, honestly, he's just there just so you can have a villain. Alright, now, we're in the top 3, which I actually think these are actually really good villains. DCEU nailed these villains. I just don't know. The ones I've seen, all these villains are just so weird and just have, like, barely anything in it.
And a lot of people are very mad.
Yeah. Alright, number 3, I have Orm. Now, I didn't talk about him in my last video with the heroes, because he was hero in Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. But he is a villain in Aquaman 1. And I think he's a very good first villain. Of course, you can have Black Manta as your first villain, but I am glad that they made him a side villain in the first movie. So you could have this brother that could take over the whole kingdom while Arthur's gone and everything. And I just think his villain side is really good. He gets a little villainous at the end of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, but not that much. It's because he was holding the Triton, and that's about it. But honestly, still a really good villain, and definitely better than most of these on the bottom. Number 2, I have Black Manta. Basically, I think his suit is cool in Aquaman 1. He's a good side villain. He has a clear motivation of why he wants to kill Aquaman. He wants to kill Aquaman because he killed his father, basically. Well, yeah, he killed his father, but, like, I don't know. He didn't want to help him, you know? That's basically it. Don't, Junior. Junior's about to throw something at me. But, honestly, I think it was good for Aquaman 1 to make him a side villain, and then in Aquaman 2, you make him the main villain, so he could be... Junior? Is that your head? Oh my gosh, it's Junior.
What the heck?
Alright, so, Black Manta, really cool. I like both of his outfits. In Aquaman 1, he's got a really cool outfit. Aquaman 2, he's got still a really cool outfit. And, honestly, I think it was the right choice to make him side villain in the first one, main villain in the second one, so he could be more threatening to Aquaman in the second one. But coming in at number 1, I got Zod from Man of Steel and The Flash. Honestly, I don't think it was that much of a competition. Zod is by far the best villain in the DCEU for me.
Wait, is he at number 1?
Yes. I don't think there's anyone that can top him. He's a very threatening villain for Superman, and he basically destroys the Earth, basically, with his, like, thing. I don't know what his thing, like, the thing that, like, drills into the center of the Earth or something. So, like, he threatens the Earth. He puts up a fair fight with Superman. He has a clear reasoning. He's even good in The Flash, which he's a villain. He's after Supergirl and gets her blood and basically wins every time. He wins in The Flash. He doesn't lose. He wins the fight. So that's why he comes in at number 1. What did you guys think of my villain ranking down below in the comment section? And how would you guys rank this? If you've seen all the DCEU films, what is like some villains I missed that are really good or like really bad? Put that list down below in the comment section. I will check you guys on another Dab 2000 video and another ranking. Goodbye, Dabbers.